What's up, DFS players? We have 3 WNBA games tonight, getting to the end of the season, and we're going to be going through the best player props on PrizePicks. So my last one, I had an MLB play, a WNBA play. This lost, but tonight we're bouncing back, and I'm going to be taking you through the best props on PrizePicks. So the way that this platform works is pretty fascinating, and we've gone through the math a ton before. There will be a video on the end screen if you want to learn more about PrizePicks betting strategy. But long story short, because PrizePicks is always giving you plus 200 odds on any two-leg parlay, 20 to win 60, which means 20 to win 40 in profit, plus your $20 stake back, they're essentially offering you the implied price of minus 137 juice on both the overs and the unders for any player prop. So for example, if we go ahead and we compare the lines on PrizePicks to those on the sportsbooks, we can see right here, Alyssa Thomas, her over is going to be the implied price of minus 137 on PrizePicks. Her under is also going to be minus 137, right? And you can think about that as well just by using a parlay calculator. If both your bets are minus 137 odds, your parlay will come out to plus 200. Because PrizePicks is always giving you plus 200, the implied price is minus 137. So what I like to do, right, when I'm finding all my bets, is kind of compare the lines on PrizePicks to those on the sportsbooks and look for discrepancies. So for example, right here, we can see Alyssa Thomas over 13.5 points is minus 137 on PrizePicks. And the reason I like this, and I'm going with it tonight, is you can see the sportsbooks have her point total set at 14.5 and 15.5. So it's free with OddsJam. You can essentially browse lines and compare the lines on PrizePicks to those on the sportsbooks. And now that you know how PrizePicks works and that they're offering you the implied price of minus 137, you can look for value to minus 137. So for example, an MLB play I'm on tonight, and it's about to start, so it's not going to be the play in this video, but it's Brady Singer over 4.5 strikeouts, right? So why do we like this? Just look at the odds, right? Every sportsbook has this over heavily juiced. Bet Online and Pinnacle, two of the sharpest bookmakers, Pinnacle's the sharpest sportsbook in the world, they're pricing this at minus 182. And we can get this at the implied price of minus 137 on PrizePicks. So you can see this is just a positive EV bet from OddsJam. And it's just, essentially scanning the lines on PrizePicks, comparing the lines on PrizePicks to those on the sportsbooks, and pointing out these line discrepancies where you're getting a ton of value on PrizePicks. Right? Typically when the sportsbooks have an over heavily juiced, right? If Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook, is pricing something at minus 182 and you can get it in your PrizePicks entry, that's a good prop that you want to be on PrizePicks. So this is an example of one, but we're doing WNBA. So it's the same concept here, right? Alyssa Thomas over 13.5 points when sportsbooks are setting her line at 14.5 or 15.5 is great value, right? If Thomas has 14 points, we would cash our over on PrizePicks. We would lose on Bet365, for example, right? So we're comparing the lines on PrizePicks to those on the sportsbooks using OddsJam to find value, right? Which is all that matters as a sports bettor. You always want to be looking for value. Sportsbooks, right, they imply win probabilities for bets through their odds. So because Bet365 and, these other sportsbooks have her point total at 14.5 and 15.5, the betting market, real-time betting data odds are implying that she's projected to score like 15 points tonight. That's where her over-under should be. And we can get Thomas with great value on PrizePicks. So that's the first play I went with. And then the second play I went with for similar reasons is Brittany Skies over 13.5 points. Another line discrepancy, sportsbooks have it at 14.5. Here we're getting it at 13.5 on PrizePicks, right? Sportsbooks imply win probabilities and how likely they think a bet is to occur through their odds. So as a data-driven bettor, right, you always want to be looking for value when you're placing player props, WNBA props on PrizePicks. And this is another example of a great one for tonight, right? Brittany Skies over 13.5 points. So I locked them both in together, so it's a 2-pick entry, and you can see it right here. And then I also have that Brady Singer one, but that's about to start. So Alyssa Thomas, Brittany Skies, both over 13.5, 2 data-driven bets for the Sparks Sun game. Really like it, and let's make some freaking money.